Kick Sweat in the house and lively. We're going to be doing some free weight exercises here today. I'm going to be taking us through a brief little synopsis of what you can do to really increase your athletic performance as well as your functional mobility. See you in the gym.
Alright team, Cadizsh Norford, we're in the gym, we're in the lab. We're going to get the lateral adductor switch going, get the body working, get the blood flowing, working the functional mobility and the hips. How this puppy's going to look. Extend the backside adductor. What we're doing is we're going to be aiming towards the right direction. So what we want is we want to extend the backside hinge at 90 degrees, keeping the knee aligned with the second and third toe. When we shift again, we're shifting 90 degrees, knee aligned, second and third toe. When we shift back, we're going to explode. We're going to switch for a hop step, same thing. 90 degree switch. Booyah. Alright, so immediately after you do your lateral adductor switch, as soon as you come from your transition, you're going to immediately pause with the feet slightly wider than shoulder hip width. Why? Because we're still going to go on that lateral lunge, but we're going to go on a spinal twist to open up the direct lumbar. We want opposite arm, opposite leg, open them up, crack, crack, crack. You want to look it through, let the chin follow, center chest. Back to the center, extend the glutes. Try your best to keep that knee aligned, second and third toe. Don't let them get away from you. So we're going to go front lunge into reverse lunge, but we're going to maintain the trunk rotation throughout the movement transition. So remember, we're opening up the direct lumbar. We're just switching out of the lateral adductor switch with the arm to opposite leg. Immediately, we're going in the front lunge. Step the foot and pad the shoulder, 90 degree front back. Trunk rotation. Try to keep the hips square in one direction, shoulders in one direction. Engage. Step the through single leg back. Here. Trunk rotation. Engage. Single leg back. We're going to keep the reverse, except we're going to take the single leg to balance out. We're going to keep the trunk rotation. So we'll go immediately from the front lunge to the reverse lunge. Start shoulder hip width apart. Stepping back and back to the shoulder. Trunk rotation. Shoulder hip width. Back to the shoulder. Extend. Trunk rotation. Knee aligned, second and third toe all the way throughout your transition. Don't let them get away from you. Alright, so what we just solidified in the warm-up. So first we start off with lateral adductor switch. Warming up the adductors, as well as the lateral tensor fasciae lata, upper hip muscle, and the iliotibial band. That band that connects with the bottom runs all the way down to the knee. Warm that puppy up. Then we started with the front lunge, trunk rotation, single leg to balance. Engaging not only the core, loosen up the thoracic lumbar, getting the glutes engaged, getting that pelvic floor going with the single leg. Then we transition immediately from the front lunge to the reverse lunge to get the hamstrings working as well as the core, always with the trunk rotation in the thoracic lumbar. Moving into the free weights now. So we're gonna get the blood going, blood vessels flowing. Single leg warrior 3. On the back, single leg to balance. Alright, now the most important thing here is you want to claw the big toe down. Keeping the wrist in the path of the shoulder, keeping the hips square. Now when you go in that extension, you don't want to let that backside leg cross over. Oh yeah. You notice my big toe went up? You don't want that left leg to cross over. It's going to throw your balance off. You want to maintain it in the path of the shoulder all the way through. Did the single leg to balance and stroke stance. That's a combination. Once you're in that stroke stance, basically that warrior 3, what it does is it gets the hamstring, you drive out that balance in the knee left, driving out, big toe down, gets the quad going, bringing that knee waist height. hamstrings. Now we're going Bulgarian, getting the quads even more, isolating it a bit more. First 10, the first 5 we're gonna go for that range. The last 10, we're gonna go for that explosion for a set of 15. Isolating the quads some more, okay? Now we're gonna get a little bit more progressive movement for the mobility, all right? Working the neuromuscular efficiency, which is your balance and your coordination, and directly linked and associated with your ability to generate power. So you wanna get really good at becoming coordinated. Very important stuff. Now, look at lunge. We're gonna go for sprinter's knee lunge step, okay? Going nice and deep. When we explode through, with this one, you wanna start, we usually go arm opposite leg, then go same side arm, same side leg. We got to, boom, we're hiking that leg. Nice soft knee. Slide that in the knee. Absorb. Lateral adductors. Got the medial thigh, lateral hip. Bulgarian split squats with the dumbbells on the bench on the back side. Quadricep, synergistic assisters, your hamstrings. Now, we're gonna move into the hamstrings primarily, the prime muscle movers, code word agonistic. I like to start quality over quantity, so I like to switch it up. Sometimes you can't overexhaust the muscles. Repetition is very key to me. Lean muscle mass is key, lower the body fat percentage while you're still keeping the quality with your technique. So what we want, we're gonna enter a wee bit of an isolation with the stiff leg and hamstring deadlift to really get that tension, that really concentrated contraction. Now, the most important thing is the shoulders and the hips when you're lower. So we want to slide that in the knee. We want to keep the wrist in the path of the leg in the path of the shoulder. Okay, now if you notice, I'm keeping my tabletop back all the way through. And I'm keeping those glutes back. Not to the point I'm inverting at the thoracic spine, which is your mid-back, but to the point I really can feel that contraction, that pull in the hamstring. Now when we come up, we're getting vertical by the hips. Engaging that glute. We're going to go for a bicep curl at the top. Lower in that front lunge. We're going into the overhead. We're bringing that down, driving through. Again, stiff legged hamstring, shoulders are square, hips are square, tabletop back. Get vertical. Bicep curl. You may have to bring that backside leg up just to clear for the hip flexor. Overhead, focus on the 90 front and back. We're back here. A little bit more functional range, so we're going to do a little more isolation with a 15-pound dumbbell. Still in the stiff-legged hamstring deadlift, maintaining the alignment with the shoulders and hips, same direction. Wrist in the path of the shoulder. Now we're going to go after something more, we wouldn't say isometric, but we would say a wee bit focused. We're going to focus on the lateral lunge, getting those adductors working, just the medial thigh, getting that TFL tensor fascial lata, as well as the iliotibial band. So, here we go. Now, one of the tip of the trade, okay? When you're in the gym, it doesn't matter if it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 1,500, 250, I don't care. Never lift with your lower back, okay? Even when you have a dumbbell, you see how the dumbbells are set right now? You want to at least be able to get your feet shoulder hip width apart, load your legs and lift, okay? You never want to bend with that lower back lift, because over time, slowly but surely, that connective tissue within the vertebrae starts to wear and tear. And we don't want that. We have very sensitive nerves within, so you want to be smart. Now, back to the lateral adductor switch. Load those legs. You know it, back on those shoulders. Now, remember, we're going to go for that 90 degree. Hinge, hinge, hinge as best you can. Kick that glute back, keep them underneath. Bring them back, shoulder to width, all right? Now, I like to keep them ankle bone to ankle bone. Extend that back side, hinge 90 degrees, bringing them back, all right? Remember, you want to get those hips forward. Extend those hips forward, get vertical by those hips and glutes when you're coming out that lateral lunge. Engage the core when you're down. All right, so now we're gonna hop on the machines. Now, some trainers like the machines, some trainers don't. Me personally, I find a lot of benefit from the machines, especially for focusing on your form, engaging your core, and proper breathing. What I like to utilize the machines for is a lot with superset and maximizing the power. So when I go on the machines, like we're about to shortly, what I do is I isolate it. So I go single leg, both left and right, and then we go dual, both at the same time simultaneously for a little bit more higher repetitions of 15 maximum. Both 15 totally, 30 altogether. All right? So we're gonna do both of those for the quadriceps as well as the hamstrings, and we're jumping back between the two with both isolation and single leg on both the quadricep, hamstring, and both dual, with both of them exploding through on quad, and then the hammy. Quad, hammy, quad, hammy, quad, hammy.
Turn it on.
Enjoy Cadizsh Norford, aka Mr. Hit the Kick Sweat, bringing the neighborhood toward your sets to the neighborhood. Kicking, that is. If you enjoyed the workouts, you found them extremely effective, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and follow me at My Muscle Motivation on Instagram. Don't forget to tag me in and let me know how you enjoyed the workouts. If you got any other ideas, any other tips and tricks you would like to learn, push you up to that next athletic performance. You know who to reach. Cadizsh Norford, aka Mr. Hit to the Kicky in the Sweaty.